bro. This is the very second episode, you know what I'm saying, of Louiziana Hot Sauce I ever dropped. And I got my big cuz, none other, you know what I'm saying, Chris nigga off the north, bro, Magnolia's finest. Got my nigga Trub in the building. What's up, baby? What's going down with?
How you doing?
Hey.
Appreciate you for having me.
I appreciate you coming through, man. You know what I'm saying? Blessing us, man, with the game, bro. What's going on, bro? I'm just glad you know what I'm saying, you participate in it, you know what I'm saying? I want to just shout out to everybody that ain't make it, you know what I'm saying? Like, next to man. Well, what's up, bro? What's going down with it?
Oh, man, this cool, you know. Hey, trying to figure out this thing called life.
Yeah, bro, I understand, man. Look, this what, you know what I'm saying, this podcast is really about, man. I want you to talk about Alexandria, bro. And, cause see, everybody got the wrong perception and they thinking that the A is really toe up and it's not toe up how people thinking it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though we don't have many places to go down, you know, like it's still, you still able to turn up if you want to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, in your own way.
Yeah, in your own way.
Yeah, you know, you just gotta create your own lane. I mean,
Yeah,
you know, what's some shit? You know, you deal with who you deal with.
Right. And so, with that being said, you know what I'm saying, I want you to tell me how it was growing up on the North. You know what I'm saying? Because I know everybody know, man, I'm from the South Side, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna hide it, bro. But I want you to tell everybody how it went down for you know what I'm saying, on the North Side. Because I know, you know, it's different. It's a little different, you know what I'm saying?
Where you want me to begin? I mean,
I want you to begin.
We talking like, you know, I mean, we talking like 42 years, you know, like, stuff. You know,
Stomping, real talk, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So look, I want you to run me through it, you know what I'm saying? Run me through the beginning when you was a little boy, how you seen the neighborhood turn from basically Caucasian, you know what I'm saying, people everywhere to the hood. It's turned to the hood, you know what I'm saying? Like, at that point,
I mean, give or take, I say, you know, I remember from about, I say about 5, 6, we moved over there when I was about 1. So, you know, I mean, I just seen the transition from like, you know, trees on the side of the street, you know, like, you know, just, you know, I mean, because it's really downtown.
yeah,
It's really considered downtown. Well, you know, Magnolia Street, where I grew up at, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, like, when I was younger, it was, you know, it looked like downtown. Like, you know, like, but I would say, you know, probably about, once I turned about 7, 8, you know, that's when I, you know, seen the change. You know,
so,
like,
so at 7 to 8, like what grade you was in? Would you say about what? First, second grade, maybe?
Yeah.
Shit just started shifting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you know, to like where it went to like, you know, we really was playing outside, like with no care to like, my mom don't really had the bottom to us being outside. You know, some type shit like that. You know, but I mean,
And then, like, what year was that? Just say.
I say early 80s.
Early 80s. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Early 80s. I mean, it wasn't just, you know, it wasn't just all bad, you know.
Right.
But it was, you know, I mean, it was
of
new.
Of course, you got a trophy everywhere you go. You know
Yeah, but it was new to the area, you know what I'm saying, what was going on, because we wasn't used to it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, not when we was little, but, you know, over the years, like, shit just got crazy. That's why I learned my first
see,
everything.
like, at the beginning of the 80s, like that, you know, the niggas just started, like, cracking shit. You know
Yeah, see, you know, younger, like, I ain't know what it was, you know, like, you know, but it was, you know, like, nigga knew it was something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can speak on, you know, the situation, like, me and my sister walking from school. You know, like, we get off the bus on the counter, like, bro, like bro, we literally see some niggas, like, whooping the dude, like, because he so-called had some dope on him. So, I mean, that was my first time seeing, like, I ain't gonna lie, I was scared as hell. You know, because I was young, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, seeing that, you know, like, but my sister was like, come on, we good. You know what I'm saying? Like,
this shit real traumatizing, motherfucking. Hey, bro, that shit like, traumatizing, bro.
You know, that was my first real experience with seeing, like, some shit like that. Like, damn, like, y'all just beat the shit out this nigga like this?
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, from that day, like, that's really when I can just say I remember, like, shit got real from that day forward. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I mean, if you want to name it, I seen it just on that one street. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, people probably wouldn't believe it. Like, coming up, like, I ain't had to leave nowhere to go see nothing crazy. I experienced it right down the street.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, from, you know, seeing, you know, people getting killed for trying to just simply break up a fight. That's why I don't do crowds. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't run to a fight. Like, I hear about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, you know, that street, I can honestly say that street taught me a lot of everything. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you name it. You know what I'm saying? You name a situation, I guarantee you that happened on that street.
Yeah, we, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I grew up on the south side. I grew up in Evergreen, so it's like we always had ties to the north. You know what I'm saying? Through the Rosses, we had ties of the north. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And on the south side, and right there by the senior quarter, so it was right there. You know what I'm saying? And a few niggas from the west side, you know what I'm saying? That way, you know what I'm saying? But we had more, I ain't gonna say love, but it was just more something out the north. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With the north, you know what I'm saying? But me, I never been. So I never knew exactly what was going on, you know what I'm saying? So
I mean, you know, like, you know, just being honest, like, a lot of people, you know, they really just think it's one of the craziest places on earth. Like,
yeah,
you know,
that's what they tell you. Like, it's crazy.
It's really not. You just gotta know somebody from over there, like, to understand. You know, the people from over there. You gotta know somebody from over there. But to the most people on the outside looking in, it just look like we some fucked up creature ass niggas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's just like really got some real cool, you know, stand up ass niggas come out the north.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like real shit. Like, it was just, you know, I mean, like I say, if you know, you know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You know,
you know, that's on both sides. That's a crossbow, you know what I'm saying? That's on the side where I'm from, all crossbow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. So. Right. And so, like, if you can, you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people know, but a lot of people don't know. But if you were trying to get to the know you from, say, if I was coming out Lee Street out the south side and I come down Bowden Avenue, how would I get to the know you? Like, exactly where it's
located? I mean, you know, if you come, you know, I mean, like now, like it all depends on what area you're talking about. You know, but if you're talking about like now, you know, you got the little famous. You know, you come down Bowden past CVS, you know, turn right, you know, right there past the little famous bingo hall they got right there with all the crazy stuff going on.
Right.
You know, I mean, it's, you know, it ain't, you know, it's a little old street with a dead end. It ain't, you know, it ain't nothing to it, you know. But, you know, but hey, it's, you know, it's.
But they get
look at it, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, now if you look at it, you would think it was, you know, it was number back in the, you know, I'm gonna say about what 30 years ago. Like, yeah, like, bro, I really couldn't deal with some people because I stayed over there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people just really, you know, like certain situations, niggas coming up in school, you know, like people didn't, like I couldn't deal with dudes, like, because I stayed over there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All because of what they heard.
Where you went?
I went to Tahoe.
Tahoe.
Yeah, I went to Tahoe.
Yeah.
You know,
So when you went to Tioga, yeah, of course you was in high school. So about there, what you was playing football, what you was doing in high school. I know you was, you know what I'm saying. You feel me? Like I know you was cutting up, but I'm saying.
I mean, I played basketball and football for a little while, but
Oh yeah, now what you was saying? How you was getting down in high school?
I mean, you know, started out with basketball, football, you know, but once I got about 15, 16, you know, from what, you know, it was still going on over there.
Right.
You know, so, you know, it's how I became me.
Right.
You know, it was just some shit I saw every day. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, really, pretty much nigga thought it was cool.
You nigga really couldn't dodge it though. You know
Nah,
what I'm saying? It was hard to dodge it.
I mean, you gotta realize, like, I woke up every day and seeing shit going on every day. Like, every day was like a movie. Like, I really can do a movie off the shit I done seen.
Right.
Like really.
Right.
Like me saying this, like, a lot of people like, man, that nigga tripping. Like, real life.
Yeah.
Like, from I guarantee you, like, from about 10 till now. You know what I'm saying? We put some shit together and just, I mean, and the nigga look at it, guarantee.
Yeah. So, like, back then, you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people, they was going, you know what I'm saying? They were really putting their education in college and doing that, because I guess that was the thing back then, you know what I'm saying? Once you finish high school, you was going to college, and a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? In our age bracket and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? College.
I mean, I graduated, you know, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, you know, my mind was, you know, I mean, I ain't gonna say my mind was made up, you know, like, I graduated from college. I went to rotate for about a year for welding, but, you know, yeah, I mean, it was just,
You ever work as a welder?
Nah.
That shit too hot. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't do it either. I tried to do it, but that shit too hot.
You know, I ain't gonna lie, my mind, I wasn't focused like that. Right. You know what I'm saying? My mind was somewhere. Right. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to get that bag, to be honest.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So you've been staying in Illy down there like your whole life. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And all around and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
You asked me about it, I done been there.
Right. You, like, how did you see, you know what I'm saying? I know you, well, let me see how I can phrase this. Like, when did you start seeing Alexandria, like, transform? You know what I'm saying? I know as you got older, you seen it change. But, like, when did you see it kind of start?
What you mean transform? Like, to what way?
See, like, you know, like, when we was younger, everything was one way. Like, everything was strictly, I ain't gonna say by the book, but it's like one way. Like, everything was on the guideline.
I'm gonna say this here. I don't like.
Because I feel like everything kind of shifted.
But you gotta see, like, I wasn't out here for it. I went to jail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, but it's like, for the shift, I just had to come home to it. Like, I wasn't out here for the shift, but I heard about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I don't really know.
How long you stayed in the kingdom?
Did 3 years, about 16, about no, not 16. Shit, what it was. 3 years and some change. 3 years and some change.
I did a bunch of times.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, but I remember, you know, just, you know, from, like you said, you know how we grew up in the church, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
You know, like, I remember, like, hey man, what you growing name?
My grandma name was Tip.
But no, we call it something else in the church, like,
Couldn't get it.
yeah, Miss Captain. Boy, you know that boy Captain? I don't think like, the fuck Jake did? Nah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga remember all that, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I was telling my people, like, man, like, it's like, you know, people, like, you know, when you call me, I'm like, I really want to do this, like, I mean, you know, you called on me, so, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's really what it's about, like, you know, I try to, like, really help everybody out. Like, I ain't gonna say everybody, like, majority of my black people, like, you just gotta show me the training. Like,
right. Right. And I'm glad, bro, you know what I'm saying? You gracious, man, with your presence, bro.
I'm gonna be honest, when you know, when you everybody was like,
for real, man, but look, man, like, that's what everybody be doing, bro, you feel me? Because I know a lot of people probably be like, hey, bro, that nigga Jake, you know, because he, you know what I'm saying? I be clowning a lot, you feel me? So they're probably thinking, like, man, he clowning, he ain't really, you know what I'm saying, trying to do this shit. But in all actuality, bro, I'm trying to take this shit to the moon.
then not only that, though, too, it's just time for me to step out their comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, yeah, you know, like, I'm like, all right, fuck it.
Yeah. And we need to highlight what's going on in our
city. Yeah, bro. Cause they got this little painting. Like, you know, hey, I'm gonna be honest, man. Like, bro, if you wasn't coming up with like the name of R.I.P. Pratt, man. Like, R.I.P. Pratt. Like, if you ain't come up in that era, like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, yeah, bro, it would have to be so lit. Like, I was 16, 17 years old. Like, watching this shit, like, you know, so you know, like you say though, like you guys probably changed. Like niggas seen it from like a hell of a nightlife, like it was like real like nightlife, like niggas really had shit to do, like bro, like you really had people that come from out of town places to see what we had going on, cause this was just that lit,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, but like over the time, like say. Like once I come home like 16, you know, and like I was in the halfway house, you know, so like I used to have to, but I was on house arrest. So me coming, I used to have to go to Monroe every week. So me just seeing different people, me hearing it, like, man, like, you know, and I'm just, you know, when I did, like I just, you know, I had an ankle monitor, so I slide different little places before I go to Monroe for I go to this counseling and stuff. You know. So like me just seeing it, like seeing the different cats, like damn, like this was real. Damn, like you hearing it, but like when you actually see this shit change, like she was really crazy, like like bro, I remember like one night, you know, nigga was out late, like just so crazy, like I mean because like at the nightlife in this bitch, you used to run at anybody, like you don't see anybody you want to see at night. Right, like and now it's like
strawberries. I mean,
that's that's really from like we from the Lexus on back. You know what I'm saying? Like bro, like I'm gonna be real, man. Like I
see you was around, man.
See, bro, like I'm gonna keep it real, man. I come out early, bro. Yeah, like, real early. You know
so did you get to catch Lee Street when Lee Street was what it was back then? Did you get to catch that?
No. The most part I caught was that I caught the tail end of eat a bite. Yeah, I caught the tail end of eat a bite, like you're the fucking pork chop sandwiches, like
right.
I can tell you, bro. I'm gonna tell you, like I was young, like. I remember, like running from my dad.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
My daddy worked out of town, so when he come to town, like, I respected his mind because he always told me, like, you can't go out together. You know what I'm saying? So, me and my old school partners and shit, like, get out here. I know it's time to go. Right. You know, so, yeah. I mean, because first thing he gonna do, he gonna come tell me on the show, hey. Yeah. So I ain't really experienced too much of it, but like we really stayed down the street from like that Socrates era, like Socrates. It was a few more of the clubs that was down now out 13th Street. Yeah, 13 down. You know what I'm saying? 13 and Washington, whatever the clubs was down there. Like niggas just used to hear about it because we stayed over there. Like we were past that way. But as far as just like being out there, nah, no, that was love for my time.
Yeah. So by the time, like, when your era hit, it was strawberries, Latest Choice,
Lexus. You know, the boy Pratt, like I say, you know, he brought
Pratt had everybody turn.
Hey man, I'm gonna be real. Dude really brought some people through here. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about from like, you know, shit, Master P. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, if you name it, you know what I'm saying? Pratt did.
I remember Pratt came with the Young Bloods, Devin the Dude. Pratt had everybody you could possibly think of.
Like, nigga was just a little too young to remember, but dude really had some hella waters come through here when I was younger though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like I remember the first time, you know, dude, Kiki came through this bitch. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, you name it, I probably done sat there and saw it. You know, I mean, that's why you ain't had to go nowhere, like, because people heard about our clubs. You know what I'm saying? People heard about the scene that we had because. Like it wasn't like it was now. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like you can come down here and you gonna have a hell of a time. Like you ain't gonna gotta worry about nobody. Yeah, it's gonna be a fight with boys killing. Like nah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, do you think when we lost the clubs that there was the beginning of the downward spiral of the 8? Like after, because we didn't have nowhere to go no more. You know what I'm saying? And for a long time, we really didn't have nowhere to go. You know what I'm saying? We was going down 3rd and, you know what I'm saying, to the same block and doing whack shit like that. But until GG started popping, you know what I'm saying? And then, of course, that was pregnant. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I don't know. Because, like, for a minute, you know, like, I had stopped going out, so, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't, you know, like, for that part, I don't, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, so it's just like, you know what I'm saying, our, you know what I'm saying, generation of things I had went is totally different than, you know what I'm saying, what's going on right now. So we done basically, I'm gonna say, transformed, or we took it to another level now. It was like now we basically more trail ride, dirt ride, riding 4-wheelers, you know what I'm saying? Riding horses. Like people our age now we going to sports bars, just watch the game, you know what I'm saying? On the glass like that. We ain't too much trying to.
You know, as you get older, you know, like I said, I would never, for like the trail ride, like, you know, I wouldn't. I was exposed to it, but I would never just to it till I got older. Yeah. You know? And, like it's just a different vibe. Like, you know, yeah, you know, bullshit everywhere. It's everywhere. Like, but you know, like it's just, you know. I mean,
you in the trail riding club? You in the club?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the name of your club?
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna have to.
Hey, man.
I mean, I ain't gonna. Well, shit. I had.
You be dressing up?
Nah. I just bought me some boots. Yeah, I got me some boots.
Okay.
I bought me some. Yeah, you know, like boots right here. Bought me some boots not too long ago for the
right.
Yeah, my first pair of boots right here.
That boy say the first pair of boots, man. That's what's up. Right, you know what I'm saying? What them there, Tony Llamas or something?
Man, I don't know.
You know, I don't know. I was just talking.
I'm about to got boot. Yeah, man. You know, it's just. I mean, it's a. I mean, you know, you gonna run into it everywhere you go. Like even at the trail rides, you know, it's cool shit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So it's just, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying. We didn't hear the word too about, you know what I'm saying. What go down. I definitely, I know like Alexandria is
Shit.
That's our thing. You know what I'm saying? Especially for the older crowd. That's our thing. You feel me? That's what we doing.
Yeah.
Real right.
Send out outlaws. Send out outlaws. Yes, you know, like I ain't, you know, like I say, that's who, you know, like that's why I really couldn't just like with the name because I ain't, like I run with them. You know what I'm saying? I ain't just fully a group member, but if I had to represent somebody, that's who I would.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like we do, you know, we pretty much do a lot of, you know, a little bit of everything up under them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we do gift bags for feed the community. You know, just what. You know, like you name it, you know what I'm saying, you do it, you know what I'm saying, like, you said, just trying to bring a different change to the city to show people that the city ain't all bad, or all, you know what I'm saying, like, it's just,
right.